at Model 2. It reads, calculate the area of the parallelogram. This problem is different from the others because I see solid lines and dotted lines making the shape. Let's label where the base and the height are. I want you to take a piece of paper and trace where you see the parallelogram. So I'm going to go ahead and trace it, and then I want you to do the same thing. So I see the parallelogram here. So notice that I didn't trace the dotted lines, and only the solid lines made up the parallelogram. That means that the solid lines make the shape, and the dotted lines are extra information about this shape. So I see that when I trace, I can find my base, but I don't really see where my height is. So here's my shape. I know that my base is here, but I can't really tell where my height is. So now we're going to look at the dotted lines to find where the height is. So here is the base. We already discovered that. This is my base. Well, I know that my height, it can be indicated by the vertical line going straight up and down, and by this right angle telling me that this 5 inches here is the height of the parallelogram. Basically, if I move this dotted line here, it's the same thing. So this is just extra information that we don't need to know about the shape. Now let's go ahead and go back to the problem. It wants us to calculate the area of the parallelogram. I first asked myself, what is the formula I need to answer the area of a parallelogram? Well, I know that its area equals base times height. Next, I asked myself, what are the correct measurements I need to replace base and height? We already found those, so let's go ahead and replace them. 2 inches, the height was 5 inches. And now I need to just calculate appropriately. So 2 times 5 is 10 inches squared. So on the next problem, as you solve it, I want you to remember those 3 things that we just did. What formula do you need? What are the correct measurements in the shape? And how can you solve appropriately?